Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for everyone for joining the Bay Area Air District funding for electric TRUs. My name is Ruth, and I'm the assistant staff specialist supporting the Air District's grants program. Today, I will be assisting on the presentation. Next, we will go over the housekeeping items and how to participate in today's webinar. Today's webinar is being recorded. You can find a copy of today's presentation and additional resources for you to download on our website. The webinar recording will be posted on our website by next week. You can also email us at grants@baaqmd.gov for copies as well. You're listening and using your computer's speakers by default. If you prefer to join in over the phone, select the up arrow to the right of your microphone button, which will pop up a menu. Select the switch to phone option and enter the dial-in information in your invite. Email to join by phone. Please be aware that you will not be able to unmute your video or share your screen during today's presentation. We will not be taking questions live. Please use the chat function at the bottom of your Zoom window to submit any questions to please send me your questions here during their presentation. Please also note if you are using a note taker's app, it may disrupt the presentation and we will have to dismiss your app. Next, I'll pass it on to our senior staff specialist, Claire. Thank you.
Thanks, Ruth, and good morning, everyone. My name is Claire Kelleher, and I'm a Senior Staff Specialist in the Strategic Incentives Division, and I'm excited today to present on our Goods Movement Transport Refrigeration Unit funding solicitation. Today, we'll cover eligibility requirements, what we fund and how much is available, the application process, and the replacement process. And we'll have some time at the end of the presentation to answer your questions. As Ruth mentioned, please submit your questions in the chat to please send me your questions anytime during the presentation and we'll answer them at the end. So before we get started, this is an alert. At the Air District, we fund a variety of equipment. And so we want to be clear that the presentation today relates to our currently open goods movement electric transport refrigeration unit solicitation only. If you're interested in funding for other equipment, that's great. And we encourage you to reach out to us. But this webinar is for electric TRUs only. So this solicitation is open under the Proposition 1B Goods Movement Emission Reduction Program, which provides funding for projects that reduce emissions from goods movement operations. The projects funded by the program must achieve early or extra emission reductions that are not required by a law or regulation. At the Bay Area Air District, we're excited to announce that our Goods Movement Electric TRU program is now open, and we're accepting applications through May 28 at 5 p.m. There is no limit to the number of TRUs that you can apply for, and we currently have $30 million available. Eligible equipment includes the replacement of a truck TRU and/or a trailer TRU. Existing trucks or trailers must be used to move goods a majority of the time for the past 2 years in California's trade corridors. We'll post a link to the trade corridor map in the chat so you can look that up to confirm your operation. This is a replacement program, so an existing diesel TRU must be scrapped for each new electric TRU funded. Our certified dismantler is located in San Jose, which is in the Bay Area. Operation within the Bay Area Air District's jurisdiction is not a requirement to qualify for this program. However, old equipment must be sent to our dismantler in San Jose as part of the replacement process. We are not currently open for infrastructure. However, we are collecting information for those interested in electric TRU related infrastructure funding opportunities. You can express your interest in the application form and we'll reach out to you if opportunities become available in the near future. So since the goods movement program must achieve early or extra emission reductions that are not required by a law or regulation, it's important that the applicant demonstrate 100% compliant carrier status with CARB's equipment registration system and not have any violations with CARB or the Air District. Proof of equipment warranty on funded equipment is required, and the grantee must commit to a project life of 5 years or 10,000 hours of operation, whichever comes first. The grantee must also retain documentation for 2 years after the equipment project contract term or 3 years after final payment, whichever is later. And again, the program is for zero emission electric replacements only. The funding amount available is up to $100,000 per TRU or 80% of the cost of the TRU, whichever is lower. The solicitation is competitive based on the cost effectiveness of emissions reduced, the engine model year and annual hours of operation for the past 2 years of the old equipment are the main factors that impact cost effectiveness. There is no limit to the number of TRUs that an applicant can apply for or be awarded, but we are limited to the $30 million in currently available funding. We anticipate the solicitation and contracting will follow the schedule shown on this slide. So the program is open from May 7 to May 28 at 5 p.m. The Air District and the California Air Resources Board review and rank projects through June. Awarded projects will be notified shortly thereafter, and pre-inspections of the old equipment will be scheduled. Once equipment has been confirmed as eligible through the pre-inspection, participating applicants and the Air District signed a funding agreement. No purchases or down payments before contracting is allowed. Doing so would disqualify you from funding. Once the contract has been executed, equipment must be in operation within 6 months. And once you receive the new equipment, the old TRU must be sent to the dismantler and the grantee can submit invoices to receive reimbursement. For co-funding, awarded projects can be co-funded with core and other greenhouse gas reduction incentives, including AB 118 and the Low Carbon Transportation Program. Co-funding with the CalMoya program is not available. So to apply, please visit our Apply for Funding page. The link is shown on this slide and we'll also post it in the chat. You'll first complete an application form. Documents cannot be submitted with the online application form. So after the form has been submitted, one of our staff will email you and provide a secure link to upload all required documents. You'll need to upload all required documents to the secure link within 1 business day to finalize the application. On our Goods Movement program page, you'll find relevant application resources, including an application checklist that identifies all the information needed in the application, as well as the required documents. The geographic restrictions map showing the goods movement corridors is also located on our Goods Movement webpage, and as well as an application form for multiple units. So the online application will allow you to complete details for 1 replacement TRU, but if you want to apply for multiple TRU replacements, please complete the application form for multiple units, which is an Excel form, and submit that with all other attachments at the secure link provided by Air District staff. Here are the relevant program links, as well as our contact information for additional questions. And that's the end of the presentation portion of today's webinar. But now is an opportunity to ask questions. So please put your question in the chat and direct it to "please send me your questions." Please state your name and affiliation in the question. We'll now take a short 5-minute break to allow questions to come in, and we'll return shortly. Thank you.